Hey, welcome. Okay, let's just dive right in. We're going to talk about that really personal, sometimes kind of confusing feeling we get, that emotional attachment to, well, to stuff. Why is it so incredibly hard to let some things go?
I mean, have you ever been standing over the trash, holding something like an old movie ticket, or a cracked mug, or a concert t-shirt you haven't worn in like a decade, and you feel this genuine pang of guilt about tossing it? Yeah, you are definitely not alone in that feeling. So first things first, let's tackle a huge misunderstanding right off the bat. What the world might just label as sentimental clutter is actually something way deeper, way more complex, and honestly, a whole lot more fascinating.
So, the common myth, right, is that holding on to this stuff is totally irrational, that you just can't let go. But the reality, what's actually going on in your head, is so much cooler. Your brain is using a highly logical, very clever survival strategy to preserve really important parts of who you are.
So, how does this actually work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to break down the 5 secret, totally logical reasons your brain clings to these objects. And just to be clear, this isn't some flaw in your personality. It's a feature. It's how your mind is built.
Okay, reason number 1. Your brain uses physical objects as emotional anchors. Think about it. Our minds are processing a million things at once, and some of those older memories, they can start to get a little fuzzy. An object creates a solid physical link to a specific feeling or a moment in time.
And this quote just nails it. Your brain has this subconscious fear that if the object is gone, poof, the memory and the feeling that came with it will disappear too. So you're not really saving a ticket stub, you're desperately trying to save the feeling of that incredible concert or that amazing first date. Second reason, and wow, this is a big one for so many of us, you might have what's known as hyperactive empathy. Some of us are just wired to feel things on a much deeper level and process way more information from the world around us.
Now, this deep empathy can lead to something called anthropomorphism. It sounds like a big, fancy word, but all it means is you project human feelings onto things. You feel genuinely bad for that worn-out teddy bear or that chipped mug because your brain is applying its amazing capacity for care to the object itself. And here's what's really going on under the surface. When you feel bad throwing something away, it's often because your brain is projecting your own fear of being discarded or abandoned onto that item. It's not irrational at all. It's a profound sign of how deeply you feel things.
Okay, our third reason is that the objects you keep are quite literally tied to your identity. They're like a physical record, a timeline of who you've been throughout your entire life.
Just think of it as a physical storybook of you. That toy, it connects you to your childhood self. That t-shirt plugs you right back into your teenage identity. That mug reminds you of the person you were when you were just starting out on your own. Getting rid of them can feel like you're literally tearing a page out of your own history book. Reason number 4 is all about finding comfort in a pretty chaotic world. I mean, let's be real. Life is messy. It's unpredictable. People can be inconsistent. But things, objects, are safe. They're predictable.
And that predictability, it has a real physical effect on you. In a world that feels out of control, just returning to these familiar, emotionally charged items gives you a sense of stability. It literally gives your nervous system a quiet sense of relief and helps you get your feet back on the ground.
And that brings us to our 5th and final reason. For some people, this is a learned survival strategy. Attaching emotions to objects is a way of protecting yourself, especially if you grew up in a world where sharing your feelings wasn't always safe.
See, your brain is always learning from patterns, and it might have picked up on a pattern like this. People can be temporary, they can be inconsistent, but things are reliable. They stay right where you put them. So your mind, in this incredibly smart effort to protect your heart, learns to invest its feelings in the safety of objects. So after looking at all of this, what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. This tendency isn't a bug in your system. It's a powerful, built-in feature.
So let's completely reframe this. This isn't a flaw. It's your brain creating emotional anchors to keep you grounded. It's a sign of your incredible empathy. It's your personal, physical timeline. It's a source of stability in a wild world. And it's a really clever form of self-protection.
At the end of the day, what looks like just a bunch of sentimental clutter is actually a super sophisticated psychological tool. It's your brain's way of preserving your history, protecting your feelings, and keeping you stable. It's not a weakness. It's a testament to your mind's resilience.
And that's where I want to leave you. I want you to think about this question. The next time you look at that box of old photos or that favorite worn-out sweater, don't just see clutter. Instead, ask yourself, what story are these things telling about me? What important parts of my journey are they protecting? Thanks for joining me.